Hello, you are welcome to today's lesson, and I'm so glad to have this time with you. For the past 1 month, we have been looking at presidents of the Fourth Republic, and even before we started this, we were taking through some personalities who also became presidents before the Fourth Republic. So we looked at a whole lot of them and their involvement in some activities, their contributions towards Ghana's growth and development in various sectors. So when we began the Fourth Republic, we looked at some other personalities also who have contributed immensely to the development of Ghana. And I believe we all can remember them or can mention them in chronological order. That is, we can mention them. That's looking at the first, the second, the third, the fourth, and so on. Okay, so we were taking through the first, and we looked at Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings. We looked at his achievements. We looked at his political life, his early life, and we also saw a bit of his profile. Then from there we moved on to His Excellency John Agyekum Kufuor. We also read about his achievements, his political life, his early life, and his profile. Then we looked at Professor John Evans Atta Mills. That's His Excellency John Evans Atta Mills, who happens to be the third president of the Fourth Republic. We also considered his profile, his early life, his education, his political life, and his achievements. Then just last week, we were briefed on the fourth president of the Fourth Republic. The fourth president of the Fourth Republic. I hope we can remember and we know the president for the fourth president for the Fourth Republic. Yes. So who was the president of the Fourth Republic? The fourth president of the Fourth Republic. Sorry. Very good. So his name is His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Very good. Very good. Okay. We looked at his profile when he was born, his wife, his education, his work after school, and when he got into politics. Okay. And we also saw some of the things he did. That's a bit of what he did. Talking about his political life, I think we were briefed on that. The last thing we were left with was his achievement. So for today's lesson, we are going to look at the achievements, okay, of John Dramani Mahama. So by the end of the lesson, the learner should be able to outline at least 5 achievements of the president of the Fourth Republic. That's the fourth president of the Fourth Republic. 5 achievements. Okay. All right. So the image we see on our screen is His Excellency, that's the former president of Ghana, the fourth president of the Fourth Republic, John Dramani Mahama. Okay, so I'm going to take you through his achievements. Let's look at some of his achievements. So John Dramani Mahama chalked some achievements, and this can be linked to areas like the road sector, power, okay, that's energy, sanitation, water, and economy. Okay, so his achievements can be linked in these areas: road, power, sanitation, water, and the economy. It means that his achievements can be found in these areas. Okay, his achievements can be found in this, just like we saw for other presidents, their involvement in activities, what they did, okay, to have made the country seen progress. All right, so he also contributed his quota, okay, to the growth of Ghana. And so one of the things we want to look at is he increased investment in the supply of clean water. So in deprived areas where they lacked good drinking water, he took it upon himself and made sure they had clean water. So boreholes were created. Pipe-borne water was also provided for some people in remote and deprived areas. Then another thing he did was that he supported the provision of free textbooks and uniforms to pupils in public schools. We heard that there were some schools under trees, okay, also implying that it was obvious that they lacked certain school materials also. So what he did was that he provided textbooks. Okay, textbooks were given to these students freely, and uniforms were given to these pupils in the public schools. When we say public schools, these are government institutions, okay? Public schools. All right. Then under his leadership also, hospital beds were provided for district hospitals. He provided hospital beds. So in some hospitals where they had few beds, hence they could not admit patients, he made sure that beds were provided. Enough beds were in district hospitals so that they can admit patient. It also means that the hospitals saw expansion. Some hospitals saw expansion, like the rich hospitals, okay, and the facilities were improved, okay. All right. So in some of these hospitals like Tepa, Salaga, Konongo, Twefo Praso, Madina Hospital, and so on, all these hospitals were given enough hospital beds in order to admit patients. Okay. Another thing we want to look at under his achievement is that he expanded the school feeding program. When you say expansion, it means that when then it was limited to some areas, he expanded it and others also benefited. Expansion can also come in provision of food, provision of other materials needed to enhance food given to these children in school. So he expanded the school feeding program to cater for majority of the poor and the vulnerable population in the country. Okay, So he provided for these people who lack, people who could not afford basic needs, some basic needs. Okay, hence it affected the education. He made sure that the school feeding program was there to cater for all these needs. Another thing he did was that he revived cotton farming in northern Ghana. He revived means that we had cotton farming, but he had to revive it. He brought it back on its feet. So this has to do with investing more money, supporting these farmers, okay, so that they'll be encouraged to go into this production. The sixth thing we want to look at also is that under his government, several dams were rehabilitated. That's in the Greater Accra region, Volta, Ashanti, and Brong Ahafo. Dams were built. Okay, his focus was on the dams so that it could also help support the livelihood of the people and the country at large. All right, then one other thing I want us to also look at and his achievement was that he also developed sports infrastructure. When you say infrastructure, we're talking about buildings. Okay, we're talking about buildings. All right, so in line with sports, what he did was that he built 15,000 seater capacity Cape Coast Stadium. So the Cape Coast Stadium was put in a better condition where they had more seats. It became more spacious, and seats were made available at the stadium. Okay, so that when people come to watch matches, at least they will have places of comfort to sit and to enjoy. This he did in other sports, in other stadiums, okay, in different regions also. So under his leadership, a lot indeed has been done. Like I said, I think during his time we heard of the Dumsor. So he also worked in that direction also. Okay, he worked in that direction. That is why we are enjoying electricity properly now, because those times we had the light could go off for 2 days and then other people will enjoy, then theirs also go off. So I think we cannot attest to the fact that we have had a stabilized electricity where we enjoy electricity, we're able to do our work. All right. Okay, so briefly for today's lesson, I have taken you through the achievement of the fourth president of the Fourth Republic, and we have looked at his achievements mainly, meaning that we have already considered his profile, his early life, his education, and his political life. Okay, so for today's lesson, briefly, we are just looking at his achievements. All right, so we have taken through series of them, and we had some under road, we had some under power, sanitation, water, and economy. All right, so this is where we end our lesson. I will entreat you all to endeavor to do your best to stick to the strict rules of COVID-19. Stay safe, stay home, and do your best, okay, to remain safe. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.